Hello everyone and welcome to Game Brigade. My name is Brian. Thank you for joining me. Today is another series on the Keep or Sell segment of the show where we talk about games that are coming and going in our collections and kind of our thoughts on them. We have some new games that entered my collection this last month, and so we're going to be talking about some of those, maybe some of my thoughts. There's definitely maybe some regrets in there as well. So let's talk about some of the newest games that we have added to the collection. We're going to start off with, Pie in the Sky. This is from Stonemaier Games. This is My Little Scythe's expansion, Pie in the Sky. Not really much to talk about, but this is one of the newer games in my collection. We picked this up for our daughter. We do have the base game, so I'm going to be integrating this hopefully into that box. I would love to have it all confined in one box. But this is the first game we're going to be talking about. Not a lot to say there in terms of what you guys are interested in. You know what? Leave me a comment down below. How much are you guys interested in these kind of family games? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Let's talk about what's some of the newest stuff. So here we have some Kickstarter stuff that arrived just last week. And this is the Tenaris RPG for 5e set. So this was a Kickstarter. You can see these are the books. I haven't even opened any of this stuff yet. We'll get there. But these are the 5e conversion kit for Tenaris Adventures. If you are looking to host some sort of D&D campaign utilizing the universe of Tenaris and their minis and their monsters. I mean, you can see some of the dragons that are included in that game. So these will all be able to be converted into that RPG experience. Now, I am pretty stoked with some of the stuff that came, so let me show you. Okay, so first off, we've got the books. These books includes The Adventure in the Realms of Madness, The Player's Guide to Tenaris, as well as the Campaign Source Book. So these are the tomes that you will need to play the game. Then we have the dice kits and mini games. There's a 7-piece dice set in here. I have a ton of D&D dice, so I don't know how much I'm going to be utilizing these over like what we have, but I will be cool to check those out. You know, I'm a dice fiend. I love checking out dice. We also have the power cards. These are sweet. So these should be all the spells that players can cast based on their role that they're going to choose. Pretty excited to see what that's going to look like. You've got the art collection. This can help if you need, as a DM, if you need ideas kind of formulating the universe that you're in. That'll be pretty sweet to play with there. But what's really cool that I'm excited for is they have these mats. Now, every D&D campaign that I've played or one-shot, we have like a grid, a basic plain kind of tapestry-looking grid system that's dry erase that we can draw on as we try to draw the world, which has worked just fine. You know, you draw some tables, you draw some trees. But this included a bunch. I'm not going to open the whole thing, but just a bunch of stuff for us to play with. And, you know, rooms and environments for you to really get engulfed in. I'm super excited for that. I think it'll be cool. There's a whole stack of them. So I need to come up with a better storage solutions with these so they don't get damaged or anything. But I'm very excited about that. And the last thing is the GM Less pack. I'm assuming just based off the title of this, if you don't want a GM or a DM, I believe DM is coined by Dungeons & Dragons, so other companies cannot use that term. So GM is what they use in reference to that. But if you don't want to have a dedicated Dungeon Master, you have a Game Master pack here, which will kind of automate it for you. So I think that's super cool. This is something I backed a long time ago because it had some crossover with the Tenaris expansion. So we'll check this out fully, hopefully give you guys some more information on that once we've actually dived into it. You know, I've kind of made some excuses that I was waiting for my new table to eventually show up because that has the DM kind of setup that I wanted to do. But I don't know how long it's going to take for my table to ever show up. So let's talk about the next one. And this is the one that I've kind of had some potential regrets for, and that is Sky Tier Horde. This was a Kickstarter that I backed, and I backed it mostly because there was a void that I was trying to fulfill in my collection, and the reviews from other content creators were so vastly, you know, raving about this game, specifically like Shelfside, I believe, had a very positive outtake on this game that I decided to pick it up. Now, the problem and kind of the regret I'm having with this one is now that it's arrived and I'm looking at it, I question whether or not my current player group in the games that we're playing are going to want to play this game with me? Or do I have the desire to even play this game? And I say that because at the time I backed this, I was looking for some more card-driven experiences that can kind of bring out the competitive side of me that I was looking to get back to, kind of like when I used to play Magic the Gathering. And so I backed this. I also backed Shards of Infinity, another deck building game. And in the interim, Star Wars Unlimited came out, and I've gotten into that. And that has completely taken over the card playing competitive scene that I was looking to fill. So now when this game shows up, you know, I went through and I organized the whole thing, sleeved the whole thing, and now I'm like, man, you know, is this a game that I'm actually even going to be able to get to the table? We'll see. I have hopes because I used premium sleeves on this, so I hope it will be something that we're going to get going. But you can see here, I've kind of got everything organized in there, ready to go. I just don't know if it's one that's going to get to the table. And I think it's what hurts this game in terms of my desire is the gameplay is either cooperative, where you and your friend or friends, I think it's best at like 2 players, will play against the AI, or you play competitively where one person is playing as the AI role, and the other person's playing the normal role that you normally play, like the hero role. I don't know how good that's going to be in terms of its actual implementation. Well, I'm excited to see what it is, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it to the table enough to warrant the purchase. So this is definitely one of my bigger regrets as of right now. And because I've cracked it, I can't sell it, or I don't want to sell it right away. So we're going to hold on to it for a little bit, see if it gets played, and then we'll make a decision going forward on that one. So let's put this over here. Next, I've got Harrow County, and this is from Off the Page Games, I believe. Right? They don't have a label anywhere on here. Yeah, Off the Page Games. I was like, where's the label on the front? Off the Page Games. And this was one that I've heard a lot of such positive stuff about from other content creators raving about this game. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this is. This is also, though, a 2 to 3 player game. And BGG says it's best at 2. So I'm kind of curious about that. It's an interesting player count. It actually says 1 to 3 player game. I'm not a solo gamer though. It's interesting player count because normally our game groups are 4 players, you know, on average, and getting 2 to 3 is more common. But even at 3, it's not even a best. It's not best at 3. So I'm curious how this will play. This is a tactical kind of strategy game where players are going to take on different factions. I don't really want to dive into the total thematics. I know there's a story about a witch that got hung underneath the tree, then like there's a hole in the tree that someone comes out of. It's a bunch of weird stuff. But I've heard great things about the game. So I'm excited to try it and give you guys my thoughts on this one in a review at some point. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you played this one? What are your thoughts on it? Was this a good pickup? I did not get the deluxe edition, obviously. This is just the retail kind of version of it. But let me know what you guys think. So that's Harrow County. The final thing that just showed up, still in the shipping box. It's been in the shipping box for 2 weeks now, sitting right next to my table. And that's Dawn of Madness. This is Wave 1. And I haven't cracked the seal on it, mostly because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. This was, in fact, my most outstanding Kickstarter game to date. This was pledged in in November 2019 during Black Friday of 2019. It has now finally arrived Wave 1. We still have Wave 2 to show up. And so that just kind of puts you in a pickle because you're like, okay, I don't really have the room on my shelves at the moment, unfortunately, for another massive box of games. And it's not even complete because I don't have Wave 2. Now, there are ideas behind what's probably the best thing to do is probably, open it up, verify the contents, make sure everything's there, and then figure out what to do from there. But there is a part of me that likes the fact that it's still sealed up. It's easy to kind of store away for now until Wave 2 eventually does show up, if ever. And at that point, I can make a decision if I'm even going to keep this game or just sell the whole thing. That's the other problem, is like I'm kind of like not really that interested in keeping this right now. But because I don't have Wave 2, I'm just not sure what I want to do with it, if anything. So that's kind of another kind of hold off. But again, this has been, you know, backing for 4 years almost, waiting for this thing to show up. So it finally does hit the table, or hit the door, you know. And now you're like, man, what do I do with this game? It's so much different from what I originally pledged, and what my interests are, and my game group has completely changed in those 4 years as well. So those are the newest games that have entered the collection. We've got Dawn of Madness, Sky Tier Horde, Harrow County, Pie in the Sky, and the Tenaris Adventures RPG pack. Kind of set that up. So let me know what you guys think. Is this something that any of these games that you guys are looking for, or what's new in your collection? Let me know in the comment section down below. My name is Brian. I thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you very soon.